right, so some news on the home front. I sold my Hummer finally. So sold the Hummer H2 SUT, the 2007 novelty vehicle. It was fun for the 5-6 years that I had it, and it was just time for it to go. It's really hard to get parts for it, and there's a lot of plastic on the outside. I was just concerned that it may just start falling apart. And it wasn't good for my kind of long adventures I wanted to go, kind of long distance to get to a cool area. And I've always been a truck guy. And I've been without a truck for a few years now. I sold my house, the small little place that I bought when I first moved to Arizona about 3 years ago. So I sold the house, sold the Hummer, thought it was time to go get a vehicle. I was looking at some used vehicles. That didn't work out. With the really good price I got when I sold the Hummer, I was able to get into a new vehicle, and that's what I did. This is the Ram Rebel 2019 edition. So I was looking for used vehicles. I was looking for some F-150 with the EcoBoost in it. It's what I had before. I really liked that truck. Couldn't really find anything like that. I actually drove some Raptors, but they are so expensive. Even the used ones is what I was looking at. They're ridiculous. And a lot of the ones I saw were kind of, there was issues. Like they had really been rode hard and put away wet. So after a long, frustrating day driving all over Phoenix, came home. On a whim, I went to the Dodge dealership, which I've never driven a Dodge truck in my life, which is crazy because I've driven hundreds of trucks. All kinds of Fords, Chevys, Toyotas, Nissans. Driven everything. I never drove a Dodge truck. None of my friends had Dodges. Back in California, it's like Chevy, from my group, Chevy and Ford, that was it. And then some Toyotas started coming in with the good off-road, smaller vehicle. But you know what? A few years ago, I bought a Dodge Durango, and I love that thing, man. It hauls ass. It's got the 5.7 Hemi in it. It's got, lush interior, heated steering wheel, heated air conditions, all the stuff you look for in comfort, for comfort. And so I got this thing. I drove it. When I looked at it, it had 22 miles on the odometer. I'm not even kidding. 22 miles on the odometer. It had just been on the lot a few days. It just got built less than a month ago when I bought it, which for 2019 is rare. It's crazy. So I rolled the dice and got it. I took all the money that I had sold the Hummer for, and I put it down on this thing, which brought the payments down into a more reasonable section. I also got over $11,000 in incentives and rebates because they're trying to move the 2019s off the lot for the 2020s. But the coolest thing is, there's not any major differences between 19 and 20 when it comes to the Ram Rebel. I think I got a smoking deal. Right place, right time. Man, it is awesome. Gonna have some really, really cool adventures. Be able to go to some much farther places in comfort with this truck rather than driving hundreds of miles in the Jeep. So I figured maybe I'll give you guys just a quick sneak peek at what the inside looks like. Again, I've never done a review or an overview on a vehicle. I didn't even really do one with my Jeep, which I just did a really small version of it. So if you guys do want to see like a kind of a comprehensive overview of like the stats and the capabilities and all the stuff that kind of goes into this, and maybe the differences between the 2019 and the 2020 Dodge Ram Rebel, let me know down in the comments section and hit the thumbs up button. We'll take a peek inside. If you do want that and that video goes well, maybe I'll do a comprehensive overview of the Jeep, which has like a tons of bells and whistles as far as aftermarket off-road capabilities. That would really be fun. Like I said, I never did it, surprisingly, but let's take a quick peek at the inside of this thing. All right, I'm gonna hand hold this thing so hopefully it doesn't get too crazy. So, all right. Here's what we're looking at. It's got this red, some red accents here. I wasn't a huge fan of that, but if you do end up getting the seat upgrade like I did, which is instead of the vinyl, it's actual leather. It's got the Rebel going on here, stitched in. And so these are the upgrade package with these seats. also upgraded the navigation to the 12-inch system. So with these, all this would have been red. All of the sides and the back of the seats would have been red as well, which was, so that much red really made it too much. So the way it sits right now is it's only on the doors, and all the back seats down here would have been all red. That's my camera bag. And it is absolutely huge back in here. Let me jump in the back seat. So here, that whole screen there is navigation. That whole thing. It's kind of hard to see it without it on. But got Rebel badging. So here we've got 2 USBs and 2 USB Type-C ports. Got a 110 volt outlet here. So from here to here is all screen. It's all screen right there, that whole dash piece. Alpine system in here. And then you can see just the way it is right there. I got it kind of lit up for you so you can see. But that whole thing is a screen. And then here, I got these switches. This is the 4 different ride heights. You got traction control, tow haul. You can turn off both your front and your rear sensors. This thing's got front and rear sensors. Well, as a quick, overview, some of the stuff on the inside. Like I said, if you guys really want to see kind of a more comprehensive thing, I can do that. Probably do that maybe in my driveway where I'm not up at 7,000 feet with the wind blowing and the clouds coming through and the lighting changing. I'm not a super big fanboy when it comes to manufacturers, all right? I do have ones that I like, and even some that I like something that they do, and I dislike other things that they do, right? But for whatever reason, I always had Ford trucks. Well, guess what? I didn't even think about this till after the fact, but I've got a Jeep, which is owned by Chrysler, Fiat, which is Dodge, right? Dodge Durango, and now I've got a Dodge Ram. So I'm officially a Dodge family, and I didn't even know that. You see, it's not like I was fanboying out about like, ooh, I gotta get another Dodge. No, this didn't even cross my mind when I was out looking. Like I said, I was looking for like a 2014 F-150 with the EcoBoost, kind of matching what my old truck was. I really like that one. I drove a couple Raptors, but they were too expensive, and most of the used ones were actually kind of beat up. So after frustration, I went to the Dodge dealership and I said, I didn't even think about this. And then I saw this Rebel that they had. They had like 8 of them. And this one called my name. This is the metallic with the black. I don't know. I like it. I love the inside. It's super comfortable. So yeah, I guess I'm a Dodge guy now, even though I'm not fanboying about it. It's really about the right vehicle for what you need. The Durango is perfect for driving back and forth to California, long trips, driving down to Phoenix and taking a bunch of people in there and in comfort. That's what the Durango's about. This thing, obviously, it's about my full-on utility to do and go anywhere at any time. And then the Jeep is fun factor through the roof. Go climb over boulders, drive up and down hills, go through the mud, do whatever you want to do. So over time, I've been able to get to where I'm at. This didn't happen overnight. So if people get discouraged about how the heck do you do that? It takes time, it takes patience, it takes some sacrifice, it takes really smart planning and hard work to earn enough money to do it. Something to keep in mind. It's a little tidbit, little tip for you there. But again, I'm going to remind you again, if you want to see something more, leave me a comment down below letting me know. Hit the thumbs up. Tell me what you guys think if you know anything about Dodge truck. If you don't want to see another one, you're going to see the truck in more videos anyway because it will be the means of transportation for adventure coming up. All right, that's going to do it for me, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching.